Honorable Member Shri Paolienlal Haokip, Pakhum Honorable Chief Minister.
Honorable Speaker, sir, star question 109.
Honorable Speaker, sir. Question number 109. A, the no. B, the does not arise. C, the yes.
Honorable Speaker, sir, with your kind permission, I'd like to put in two supplementaries. Before I put in my supplementaries, I would like to bring to the notice of the House that the context of my question. If we look back at the state's history, political history for the last few years, there is some avoidable mistrust between the hills and the valleys. And I believe under the leadership of our Honorable Chief Minister, we can address this effectively. And my question number one was whether it is true that a huge area of land in the hills have been subjected to revenue settlement under the MLR and LR Act of 1960, which Act in subsection 2, section 1 of the Act says the Act shall not apply in the hill areas of Manipur. Now, there is a perception and a strong apprehension in the hills, and we need to be able to address this under the leadership of our Honorable Chief Minister, who has good intent for the entire state, including the hills, and who has launched the famous Go to Hills campaign. This apprehension in the hill areas is that MLR and LR Act 1960 is being extended to the hills surreptitiously. Maybe this is an act of ignorance on the part of the bureaucracy. I don't know what else it could be, but patas and jamabandis have been issued in certain parts of the hills. So these patas and jamabandis that are being issued in the hill areas, for instance, Chorchanpo, Kangpokpi, More, under what act or under what law has these patas been issued in parts of the hill areas? That is my supplementary number one. And number two, if that happens to be the case, what will the government, under the leadership of the Honorable Chief Minister, what can be done to correct if there is a miscarriage of law and justice? Thank you.
Honorable Speaker, sir. Honorable Member Paolienlal Hangbirakpa questioned whether it is true that a huge area of land in the hills have been subjected to revenue settlement under the MLR and LR Act 1960 in contravention to subsection 2 of section 1 of the Act. If so, the government has any plan to nullify such illegal settlement in the hills areas. Aina AGC no on a company, BGC does not arise. Akum Kumdringa Huzikimagi, Honorable Member Ahan Bagi, mistrust amongst the hills on Lokopiro, Aduma, the letter of the mistrust like the community, money, the swamp. But as a whole, tribal people are enjoying and getting their democratic right. Adu watuma Lokopio to perception the Waktogun. Honorable Speaker, sir, perception the Tokuya. I know emotion the perception the Levangadi Yara Constitution. There is a constitution. There is an act. ꯆꯤꯡꯗ MLA ꯔꯦꯛ ꯆꯠꯅꯔꯤꯁꯤ ꯑꯩ ꯄꯣꯛꯇ꯭ꯔꯤꯉꯩ ꯃꯃꯥꯡꯒꯤ ꯋꯥꯔꯤꯅꯤ 1895 ꯑꯁꯥꯝꯒꯤ Revenue Act ꯃꯅꯤꯄꯨꯔꯗ ꯆꯠꯅꯔꯝꯃꯤ Manipur is not started only in 1970. Manipur has a history of 2000 years old. We all should remember it. Manipur is in 1960 to 70 the Shema Manipur. Thousands of years among the Shema Kanmagi system. Now, Honorable Union Home Minister na Kaino the Ngangbada, Ekogi, Kalapani da, and the Mani Koberdang. But Mount Manipur and Madugi people can hide them. Mana, not na. Moji Manipur is Moigi India constitution later, Moigi constitution later, remember it. Remember. I don't know, Sigi Mayam, Shekoi, Kogi Pai Puna Torum, Pon Mayam, the quick, not the Biarway. Asamgi was kissing the MLA, Sarbeto Misi, this was Sanpur Hadiba, Kankopi Hadiba. Aduga Mori Hariba Sarbeto Misi, Honorable Speaker Sir, 1952. Central government hereby extend to the state of Manipur the Assam Land and Revenue Regulation. Maduki Matamdagi Sarbeto Rogalayam. The following 15 revenue villages just were surveyed as a part of Imphal West subdivision under Assam Land and Revenue Regulation 1886. Before the enactment of MLR and LR Act 1960 and the survey under MLR LR Act 1960 had also been done as revenue village of Imphal West subdivision. Today the say Kangpokpi revenue village 112, 114 Kangpokpi Bazar revenue village 100 Akpal Kulen Ramanford 101 Akpal Kunu 105 Tokpa Kul. Just I detail mo honorable member the piece again honorable speaker ki khutangda si mayam se phajana hana koi si pai puna kai dorami Commissioner me, Hariba 1896 ki Assam ki revenue act se koi na into to koi de adopt hoki. Adu ki ekdo dictionary. Hills the karai or me hills the mori the hills when the counter on the Kangpokpi hills when the counter. Adu ki tata mayam si the loinale. Adu na si ki yenga kanda. Yes, new generation ki tamakta. Ekoi kari to si ki happy to di. That is another question. But government doesn't violate any existing act of land revenue. As per the constitutional provision, we are extending and we are collecting taxes from the various part of the state. And I see high and a singi jaga kudimata MLA Rex and Dokani have a quick soliti. Hanagi Ladamba Adugi Potuka Sanabagiwan. Anu by Kogi Matamchida Kogi Birina CM where Akanda, Koi BJP Sakar Lakanda, no extent of Anobo XM Karikuma Makalamatagilitri. The existing Hana the Gileram to the Dekoi. Remember, nothing to worry. We can discuss, we can sit together, and we can find out the grievances. Thank you, Honorable Speaker, sir.
Honorable Speaker, sir, I'd like to thank the Honorable Leader of the House for clarifying the perception, the misperception, and maybe wrong apprehension that was in the hills. Thank you.